Welcome to the world of CONVO with CINO. Prepare to be captivated by the electric energy of CONVO with CINO. Get ready for exhilarating interviews that put the spotlight on visionary business owners and trailblazing entrepreneurs across the realms of finance, fashion, fitness, and beyond.
Now tune in with your favorite host. It's CONVO with Mr. CINO Show. Bring you the latest on the gossip and more. Creating innovative new opportunity. Reliable source to providing info like a news feed. Interviews up close and personal. With high topics, entertainment and how you want it for more. Creative content on a whole different note. Motivating, building up our future with hope. Right here on your #1 show. You hear it first, like never before. The conversation inspirational. CONVO with CINO. You now tune in with your favorite host. Right here on your #1 show. CONVO with CINO. You hear it first, here like never before. The conversation inspirational. CONVO with CINO. You now tune in with your favorite host. Right here on your #1 show. CONVO with CINO.
Well, welcome. Thanks for tuning in for another fire episode of CONVO with CINO. And I'm telling you guys, we got another hot show. And before we get started, y'all know what I need you to do. I need you to hit that like and subscribe button. We growing, y'all, and I thank y'all and appreciate y'all for growing with us. So look, today I'm really excited about this interview. I know this young man very well. We actually grew up together, so we go way back, way back. But let me tell you a little something about this guy. And I want to talk about some of his accolades first. And I didn't even know this about him, but this gentleman who I'm about to introduce is, he's been represented by the USW district at the AFL-CIO Next Up Summit. That's in 2010. Started the USW Young Workers Movement of District 7 in 2011. Organized the A. Philip Randolph Institute State Convention in 2011. Created nationally recognized Black Labor Week. Worked political for international for two political cycles in 2012 and 2020. Taught the new steelworkers class of Champaign at our USW District 7 summer school in 2013. Organized a citywide Stop the Violence campaign in March. Lead organizer of a very first International Next Generation Conference in 2019. Created Striving Leaders of Tomorrow in 2023. Taught various workshops at international civil and human rights conferences, next generation conferences, and sat on various conference panels. So I have the distinguished pleasure. I know that was a lot, and we're gonna get into a lot more about this young man. But I want y'all to really, give a virtual hand clap, show some virtual love, drop some hearts, drop some likes, drop some comments for this gentleman, my friend, my brother, my real cousin, E.J. Ephrin Jenkins. Welcome to the show, bro.
Appreciate having me, cuzzo.
Man, welcome to the show, man. So that was a lot of accolades, my brother. a lot of stuff going on with you, man. So and again, for those who don't know, this is my actual cousin. So it took me a while to get him on the show, but he actually threw me a bone, and and actually had the honor of hosting your men's panel.
Yeah.
At your Black Labor Week. And so I had to get you on the show so we could talk about that. And I know you got some other things going on, man. So again, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, cuzzo. I appreciate you having me. I've been following your show for a little while. Great things. And this cat right here, I gotta say, I looked up to him when I was young. Him and my brother was real close. But to seeing all the initiatives that he was taking and, following his dreams, that kind of inspired me to do the same. So, Appreciate you, cuz.
Man, thank you, man. And before I get started, man, I want to really dedicate this show, man, to the memory of your mom, man.
Man, I appreciate
Vanessa
that.
Jenkins, man. That's definitely my heart, man. She was just a beautiful woman, and I know we're gonna get into that because I don't want to tear up too early.
Right,
when I think about
right.
her, but just a beautiful woman, and I know the impact that she had on your life and what you're doing now. So, so tell us about yourself, man. You from, where you from? Tell us about the I know about the Jenkins, but tell us about EJ and the Jenkins, I guess legacy,
Well, I grew up, born and raised in Gary, Indiana. Grew up on 16th in Carolina, and ended up moving when we was about 6 years old to Glen Park. Stayed in Glen Park pretty much my whole life, east side of Glen Park. Went to Wallace High School.
Shout out L Dub.
Yeah, had a little college experience at Ivy Tech. From that point, I made a lot of wrong choices, but with the blessings of God, and I was able to come out of a lot of my storms, and actually with the guidance of my mother, ended up taking the path that I'm actually on now. So yeah, that's pretty much
So for those who don't know, explain exactly what exactly do you do for the unions? And shout out to the union, shout out to USW. Of course, I'm repping my local 551. Get a close up of that. This is my local right here. Y'all shout out to Ford Motor Company, man, the UAW. And and so because you play a lot of roles in the union. You actually even was out on the picket line with us striking.
Yeah.
And you work for let them know where you work for.
So I work for US Steel. And working for a big corporation, sometimes it drives you to being involved and active within the union because of pretty much all the injustices that you actually experience by working in the mill. Especially, U.S. Steel in particular.
Now, how long have you been an employee of U.S. Steel?
May 8th to be 24 years. 24
years. Now, I know in 24 years you've seen a lot, that has transpired over that time. I'm sure a lot of, ups, downs, things like that. So when did you start really getting involved in the union, kind of doing that in your tenure there?
You know what? I'll be honest. So I got involved when I first got hired in. I was young though, my early 20s, and I knew, coming from that background, that I felt like I should be involved in this. And but when I first got involved in it, man, I was young. A lot of stuff I didn't like what I was seeing, and I felt like some of it I was gonna be wasting my time. So instead of me just sitting back there and getting attitudes and everything, I just backed off. And then it wasn't until 2009 when I felt like my life was spiraling.
Okay, so let's talk about that, because I remember, you my cousin, my little cuz. So I remember a time where you were, where it just didn't seem like things were clicking. Maybe maybe some type of immaturity. I mean, what was going on? You young, you making money. I mean, what was happening at that time?
Stupid. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying that in a jokingly way, but honestly, I wanted the wrong things. I wanted to be seen. I wanted to be liked. And a lot of that came from a lot of traumas growing up. So traumas, from being talked about in high school and everything, about my height, my clothes, my shoes. You already know, remind me, we didn't have those advantages.
Because it's a lot of you. You got how many? It's what?
It's 4 of us all together from my mommy,
right.
but
it seemed like us growing up. It seemed like it was, because we got.
We knew how to have fun.
You know what I'm saying? We just had a big family. We all. So it was only 4, but it seemed like all the time it was more.
Yeah, because luckily we came from a family that wanted all of us to actually stay connected.
Yeah.
And so it's coming up, no matter what you're going through in school, when you come back home, you kind of get distracted because now you're about to have fun with your family. And, you know, staying in our house, it was 7 kids.
Yeah.
So it was like, you know, we come back home and whatever happened to school, that happened to school. We don't even care about it because we doing something crazy, you know what I'm saying, at the house. So, you know, so that was the thing, man. Like, I just made a lot of bad choices.
Yeah, yeah.
CONVO with CINO would like to thank Midwest Custom Print specializes in helping small businesses and corporations' digital and print branding come to life. www.midwestcustomprint.com. You think it, we create it.
Yeah. And I know you had a tragic situation, pretty devastating. You were in a fire at one time.
Yeah.
You got caught in a bad fire. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, I was in an apartment fire. An apartment fire back in 02, like, well, working a lot. And wasn't taking care of myself, wasn't getting the proper rest I was supposed to be getting. And tried to cook one day and fell asleep while I was cooking. And when I woke up basically to the kitchen bin. Well, the pot had flames around it, and I caught myself trying to smother, and I didn't even think because I'm just dog tired. And put something over and took it off, not like I said, not thinking, and the pot exploded. That pretty much caught the fire in the kitchen. So from that point, like, you know, going to the University of Chicago, being there for like a few weeks, maybe a month. Then I was off work for a little while, and you know, that was like a low point too. That was
I can
real low
imagine.
point.
I remember coming to see you in the hospital.
Yeah.
And I know that was a lot of pain. You know,
oh man, like the pain, like that's when I realized, like that's when I found out that my body don't really take to pain pills. So they was giving me Vicodin, the highest dose, morphine, the highest dose, and something else, the highest dose, and nothing was like getting it where I wouldn't feel the pain. So they ended up giving me this one pill, man. Like I keep saying, like this blue pill, you know what I mean? And what that did, that knocked me out within like 5 to 15 minutes, like consistently. Whenever I take it, I can be in the middle of a conversation, I'm out cold. So that was when I put the action to put that on, like put that on the schedule. Like so I'll take it out like 3 times a day, and I'll go to sleep 3 times a day. Okay.
So recovering from that, you know, tragic fire. What was that the turnaround point, or were there still more?
Should have been.
So still stuff going on. Still,
man, well, that made it worse.
It made it worse. Wow.
It made it worse because now it's like all of those childhood traumas that I dealt with, they resurfaced. But now I got scars. You know what I mean? I mean, when I first got to the hospital and everything, and I had to wear a girdle for like I think a year. I had to wear an arm sleeve for a year. All these compression joints.
Yeah.
A leg, and one for my leg too. And then I had to wear one on my hand. So it was like now, you know, it's like I'm feel like I'm being judged as I'm walking. Feel like I'm being judged. So man, I got to drinking heavy, and you know what I mean, got to just spiraling. You know what I'm saying? That was like, and that was like around like 02, 03. Then, you know, me and my father began getting close in 02, and then leading into 03. And then as we began to get close, because you already know, background on that, me and him we was always at odds. Like, I didn't care for him or anything. And, you know, even when I got older, like the upper teen, like 19, 20, whenever I came around, I would literally try to fight him. That's how much hatred I had towards him. And that's a whole nother story. But we was able to reconcile that. And so in 2002, 2003, after I had my situation, I'm sorry. In early 2002, he had a quadruple bypass heart surgery. Yeah. So my grandmother forced me to go in there because I said some stuff that she didn't like. So she forced me to go in there, and then she forced me to try to like have a conversation with him. So we went on ahead and had a conversation, straightened things out, kind of reconciled. So we had the rest of '02, then going to '03, everything was like great. It was like bonding. Deuce was born at the time, so
yeah. Talk about your family, man. Talk about the
I'm getting
family.
that too.
Okay.
Then, you know what I'm saying? Then later '03, that's when he ended up, middle of '03, he ended up having a stroke, and boom, it was like, that was some more trauma. Because like, dang, I came this far to build something that I didn't have. It was like, I felt like God just took it away from me. So it was like, you know, all the trauma just building up. And then, you know what I mean, my kids, Deuce in Brooklyn.
Shout out to Deuce in Brooklyn. Man.
Yeah.
Shout out. The champ. That's the champ there. Yeah.
They, you know, we was like 3 peas in the pod, man. Like inseparable in a way.
Yeah.
Like
you're a good father. You know, and you know, kind of speaking on fatherhood. You know, I'm a new dad. You know,
that you are.
New. Yeah. Let's toast. Let's have a little toast, man. Thanks for the, you know, the spirits. But you know, I always admired you for that. You know, being a father. You know, and I know. You know, maybe like, I guess separating from their mom, and so kind of my same situation. So I definitely always admire that. So how was being a father and you now coming out of all this trauma and, you know, still working and being a father? What was that energy and synergy like with being a father and kind of losing, and just recently you losing yours?
That was the sunshine to my storms. Honestly, like, Deuce in Brooklyn, man, like, there was the answer to all my intricate questions, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, as it was coming up, you know, I could do things with them that wasn't done with me. So,
right.
And it was the same time, like, man, we had like the best of times, like, going to the movies, and I put some bad habits on, you know what I'm saying, like sneaking food to the movies, all that. But it was like me, Deuce in Brooklyn, we just love to have a good time.
Yeah.
And I felt like my personality, my sense of humor, you know, like kind of went on them, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, so that was all good, man. And, you know what I mean, they love to be around their family, and, you know, I try to bring them up like that. Their mom did the same way, you know what I'm saying? Love for them to be around their family, and that's why they're so family oriented now, you know what I mean? Like, they used to act, when they moved to Vegas, they used to use anything that was going on here that had to do with family. They used that as a reason to get back to Gary, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't care if it's like Tay-Tay having a birthday party, you know what I'm saying? Tay-Tay like maybe 14 or something.
Yeah, because I would always see him at events, and I'm like, are y'all living here now?
Nah,
but
man.
You know, and so how was that like raising your son and daughter like on a whole nother coast, you know?
Well, what I gotta do, I gotta get big ups to your mother. You know what I'm saying?
Because I couldn't imagine if my daughter was like, if I had to hop on a plane and go see her. You know, I got to make a little drive, but to hop on a plane and go, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, man, that's a whole nother thing, you know what I mean? But me going back and forth, you know what I'm saying, that was like probably all that was like meant to happen.
Yeah.
For me to have a relationship that I got with my kids right now. And I said big up to their mother, because she did a great job like raising them and giving me a call like when she felt like they was getting out of hand or they need discipline or something like that. It wasn't enough for me to hop on a plane and go back out there, you know?
Yeah,
so,
yeah, because you stayed in the airport.
Yeah, man, I was going to Vegas like 12, 13 times a year.
Wow,
you know what I'm saying?
Wow. And man, I mean, so that's commendable, man. I've you know, been able to watch you grow. I've seen, you know, some mistakes that I've kind of watched from afar. But to see you now, man, I just want to say I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
And you know, and of course, you know, I got to bring something for my guests, man. So this is just a little something that I, you know, give all my guests, man. And this is actually the Bel Air richer than I've ever been. And you know, I know wealth isn't always about money. It's about memories. It's about experiences, and you have rich experiences, man. So this for you, cuzzo.
Appreciate that, cuz. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
You get that right there, you know.
Yeah. So yeah, man, that's for you, man. That's just a token for, you know, everything that you do, man. Being a father. Yeah, sit there right there. Sit there right there. Sit there right there. Yeah.
If you're looking to advertise, sponsor, or be a guest on Convo with CINO to talk about your business or event, or you have a powerful story or testimony, email info@convowithcino.com or visit www.convowithcino.com.
And so let's get into this union stuff. Let's get into this Black Labor Week, man, because this is what was that your idea?
Yeah.
That was your idea?
Yeah. You know, like, so how it was created, like, me and my mom, we went on this union trip down to Indianapolis where we were battling right to work. We get back up here, they had like 15, 20 buses leaving out of McBride Hall. So we get back up here, you know, these cats on the bus, man, like these white cats, they're on the bus, and you know, like at this time, man, I'm still young, like I think I'm 30 at the time, 31, somewhere around there. So they upset because of the turnout down in Indianapolis. So
but what made you get involved with I mean, I guess my mindset is like, that's not a cool thing it's not the cool thing. Like the union, getting on the bus, going to you, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know in my union, it's hard to get people just to come to a meeting. So what made you like just get excited about union business anyway?
Well, initially, like, and I tell everybody, like, it sounds cheesy as hell, but the union saved my life. Because, like I said, my life was spiraling in 2009, and I was sinking in depression and everything. It was a whole lot going on. So I needed to get like a distraction and get involved in something. And I like, you know, well, what more to get involved in within like me seeing my mommy and granddaddy, all that, you know what I'm saying? So I went ahead and got involved within the union. But man, when I first was getting involved, it wasn't what I thought it was supposed to be. So I tried to walk away like several times, man. And you know, shout out to one of my greatest mentors, Ray Jackson. The last time I tried to walk away, each time I tried to walk away, he pulled me to the side and had like a 20, 30-minute conversation with me. This particular time, man, I guess he saw it in my face. I guess he saw it in my face that I was done. You know what I'm saying? I closed the door, talked about like 4 hours. 4 hours just talking to me. And I'm like, but after that talk, man, he'll push me. So he just called me up like, what you got going on?
So he's your mentor. He's like a mentor.
He put my feet to the fire.
Wow.
Like it wasn't like cliche where it was like, yeah, I want you to, don't say sorry, being a griever, I want you to, nah, he saw something in me.
Wow.
And he was like, man, what I'm about to do, I'm about to like, he paid for like a certification class for the EEOC for me, you know what I'm saying? I didn't even know he was doing. He just told me to be down there, you know what I'm saying? And he'll just literally call me up. You need to be such place. What you working this weekend? You need to be such place. And I gotta go, you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
You know what I mean? So the thing was, when you said like, what made me like go all the way with it, it's a challenge, man. Like, you know what I mean? I had to grow up, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when I started the Young Workers Movement, I went in like mad serious, like all these other union cats, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, mad serious, like they're gonna take me serious and yada, 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 yada. And I literally lost myself in that one moment, you know what I'm saying? And I got a guy who supports me in everything. So he like started making jokes in my little training, you know what I'm saying? And I kind of snapped off on him. Cause I felt like him making jokes, he gonna make everybody else not take me serious. My man never came back to anything else I did. We still cool as hell to this day, but he never came back to anything I've done. And that taught me a big lesson.
What was that?
Shit, you can't, man, you gotta stay you. You gotta say who you are. Like, the reason why I got a following the way I have, and which, you know what I'm saying, like, I didn't even realize I even had it like that, but the reason why I got a following like that, because I stay true to who I am. Yeah. You know what I mean? And my whole goal is to try to bring the best out of people. So it's like, anything that we do, I created a platform where we could do great union work, but have fun doing it, like you want to come.
Yeah.
So I mean,
that's one thing I can say, man. You really put you made it. You created a vibe in the union. You know what I'm saying? Like you brought youth together. You made it cool. You made it. You know what I'm saying? You just brought your group represents you. Like you always had swag, and you know, shout out to the swag. You know, I see the drip over there, man. I see the drip, man. This guy's always been a sharp. I mean, I think you would spend your whole check on clothes at one point.
No. I spent a fraction on the discount rack. Well,
yeah. But you know, you always been geared up, man. So shout out to them. We're gonna talk about some fashion too. But yeah, you put your swag on it, man, and
but
that's
you
what I
got
can
to,
say.
man. You got to, because the simple fact is, it's like, man, what I don't want people to do is be fake around me. If I'm not being fake around you, don't be fake around me. We're gonna do good union stuff, you know what I'm saying? And I want you to be involved in it, but I want you to be involved in it in your own skin. I don't want you to be involved in it where you actually step outside of yourself.
Yeah.
Because if you do that, you're gonna lose a whole lot of people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because if you step out of your own skin doing this kind of work, man, it's so many disappointments in this, and you know, you get discouraged every day.
Yeah.
One of those disappointments hits you, just one, and you outside of yourself, you gone.
Yeah, it can knock you
out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So my thing is like, man, attach yourself to something that you want to be around.
Yeah.
Attach yourself to something that you want to actually do that's constructive and productive. You know what I'm saying? That really is causing like change. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And with this, man, like when I first created Black Labor Week, man, it was different. It was failure for the first 2 years, but it was different.
Yeah.
The concept, man, like was
before we do that, let's take a break and let's cut into a video clip of what Labor Week was this past year. So we're gonna take a break. We'll be right back. Check out this video. Man, so that was an emotional video, man. I love that and what you did, man. So tell us about that week, you know, of that particular week and what some of the events that you had going on.
So that particular week, Level Black Labor Week, what we try to do is give 5 days of activism directly into the black community.
Okay.
Through the union. So initially, you know, our base was like the steel workers, but now we've grown and we have several unions that's involved with us.
So what unions are, like, name a,
so,
you know, shout out to a couple of unions.
USW, UAW, AFGE, AFSCME. We also have the IUPAT. We got now United Mine Workers of America. We have IBEW, SCIU. We got I just said them, UFCW. Man, we got a lot.
Yeah.
You know, we got a lot. Now I'm thinking about it, we actually got a lot.
Yeah. So that
actually,
week,
CTU, Chicago Teachers Union, big ups, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a lot.
Okay.
Got a lot.
So that week, so what was the first day?
The first day was on that Monday. What we do is we actually feed the community breakfast. So we go out, we cook it ourselves. We have 3 locations: the center behind the village, Trinity United, big up to Pastor Jackson.
Shout out
Trinity
to
United.
Pastor Jackson, man, Trinity.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We serve out of there. We also had a spot with the Veterans Village of Northwest Indiana. So the Veterans Village, we pretty much just catered strictly to the veterans in there. Trinity United, it's a halfway house across the street. We make sure we actually feed them. And then we actually make breakfast for the surrounding communities.
So where is this money coming from? Like donations?
Man, donations, different sponsors.
Like, okay.
Yeah, it's,
gotcha.
You know, it used to come directly out of my pocket. You know what I'm saying? Like, funding this whole week used to be all me.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
So what made you make it a week? I mean, why did you?
That was the initial vision of it.
That was okay.
And we've been doing a week since this was created. That's why I said the first 2 years was failure.
And when was it created? When did you start it?
2012.
So you've been doing it that long?
Yeah.
Once a year?
Yeah. The 3rd week of February every year.
Wow.
Yep. And the first 2 years was a failure, so my mommy actually put me to the side because I was about to give up on it after the 2nd year because I felt we wasn't being a benefit to the black community. But my mother, you know what I'm saying, what she did, she put me to the side. And I mean, I broke down, man. I came home and, you know, it's like I really felt that I failed my community. You know what I'm saying? Because initially we had a job fair, we had a college fair. Employers wasn't coming to, who actually made commitments to come to the job fair, bailed on me. You know what I'm saying? And the 2nd year was the worst because we had all these employees like from, at that time, I think it was BP. No, they might have said me Amico at the time. No, BP. So BP, they reached out to me and said they recruiter wasn't going to be able to make it. Some came up very urgently. So I was cool with that because they let me know. Mm-hmm. But I had, at that time, I believe it was ArcelorMittal. They didn't show. US Steel, they didn't show. Pretty much everybody I reached out to, man, didn't show. You showed up.
I showed up?
Yeah. You actually did.
I don't even remember that.
Yeah.
I don't even remember. But you know, I'm gonna show up. You know, you know me. If any opportunity, I'm gonna be there. So I was with Legal Shield.
Yeah. You literally came. Legal. It was you, Sincere Bank, Workforce One. Work One, and Work One, and like a couple of more. There was only one showed up.
Wow.
But all the major employees,
I don't even remember
man,
that, bro. But hey,
all the major employees,
I'm always ready.
And I appreciate that though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we had a line outside of McBride that was long. That was like going like literally wrapping around. So, and that line, man, was like majority of that line was young black cats trying to actually switch. They're trying to leave the streets for a good job. You know what I'm saying? And I remember it was like yesterday, man, like, 'cause it broke me down. This really broke me down when I got home, thinking about this one cat. This one cat, man, like, came to me, like, had cornrows, said was 21 years old, had cornrows, this oversized walking suit, because he just thought that a walking suit meant that he was dressing up, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I mean? Nobody really gave him etiquette, you know what I'm saying? No, but he just felt like, hey, look, I'm dressed up, you know what I'm saying? And everything that he represented, I felt, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, when I had to go back outside and tell everybody, no employees are coming that they're looking for.
Right.
That crushed, you know what I'm saying? That crushed me all the way, because it was like, I felt that every person in that line came to me, this is how I took it. Every person in that line came to me directly for help, and I couldn't. When I created something that was supposed to help them.
Yeah, yeah.
So I went back, that was when I went back home, man, I told mommy, like, hey, I'm done. I can't do this no more. She's like, why? I said, because, like, it's tearing me up, you know what I'm saying? I can't go through this kind of hurt every year.
Yeah.
So she's like, so I was telling everybody, you giving up then. You know what I'm saying? Like, I am. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had a Facebook page, everything. So like, I'm gonna make a post. So like, no, I ain't talking about a post. I said, I'm gonna text a few people. I got a lot of people numbers, you know what I'm saying? I ain't talking about that. I ain't talking no emails. I'm talking about you go out there and tell everybody you giving up. So I'm like, okay, you confused me right now. What you talking about? I just told you, I'm telling everybody I'm giving up. You know what I'm saying?
I know your mom.
And me and her, we going back and forth. She's like, look, I want you to listen to me when I tell you this. It's like, EJ, I'm saying you impacted. This is when I really kind of noticed, like, my impact, because I never looked at it before. So you impacted a lot of people. Like, you got a lot of people to think differently. So if you go to each one of them, which is a lot, if you go to each one of them and tell them that you gave up on them, and because remember, your help got them actually believing in you now. So she's like, if you go to each one of them and tell them that you gave up, you're not doing no more, then you know what? You weren't supposed to be doing this in the first place. And you were doing it for the reason that you don't think you was actually doing it for. And boom, that smacked me, man. That smacked me.
I mean, bro.
I had to sit for a minute, like,
that's heavy.
And that's why I used to hate having conversations with her, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh, man.
And I'm like, man, I sat back, and then from that point, man, it took me like a week to get out of my feelings and to get over that conversation, you know what I'm saying? And then from that point on, man, like, she told me the best advice my mother ever told me. She gave me a lot of good advice, but one of the best pieces of advice that she gave me was, EJ, you gotta do things that you can control. Never do things that you gotta depend on someone else for success. Whatever you're gonna do it in the capacity of your own control. That means if it fails, you made it fail.
Yeah.
Nobody else.
Wow.
And that, man, like, just blew me.
Man, that's wit, man. That's.
Yeah.
Whew, I'm gonna take that story to heart, you know.
Hey.
Even though I'm not a quitter, you know, but that's more reinforcement of you know, not giving up. You know what I'm saying? When you have to face people, and like you said, not just hide behind an email or a text, you know, but when you have to face people and tell them that, hey, I'm giving up. I'm letting you down.
Yeah.
You believed in me.
What you just said.
Letting you down.
What you just said.
Yeah.
It's what I didn't understand she was saying at first, but that's exactly what she was saying. You go into them and tell them, I'm telling you, I'm letting you down. Don't believe in me no more. And that will crush.
You could probably say that to one or two people, but if you said that to after the fifth time saying that, you're gonna feel stupid.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
You can say it to one or two people, and only one or two people who's not going to hold you accountable to that. Ooh. You know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, they had an agenda the whole time. So they was only using you to get something out of you anyway. Wow. But if anybody who had no agenda and you literally affected, impacted, you going to tell them that, I promise you, you ain't going nowhere. Because they ain't going to let you go nowhere.
Welcome. I'm Corey S. Williams, an executive director at Legal Shield, dedicated to providing families and businesses with affordable access to the expertise of attorneys. But my journey doesn't stop at just legal services. I'm here to empower individuals, transform lives, and shape futures. Get access to a nationwide network of law firms for only $29 a month for you and your family. Go to www.cinolc.com and click Legal Services to sign up today.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Because now it's obvious if you're walking away from something, you don't see what everybody else is seeing. You definitely don't see exactly what that person is seeing. So that person is saying like, look, let me talk to you for a minute. Because I know I also was struggling, but now you struggling. And you taught me to actually pick up what I need to pick up at. And you the person I need to pick up right now.
Wow.
I mean, it's deep, man.
It is, man. It is, man. So, all right, man. So, year 2, you almost quit, talked to mom. She got you back on track. When did it start to, when did you say, man, this is it? Like, which one was the one when you was just like, I got something here?
Whew. 2 years. Actually 3. So the first, when mommy had a stroke like a week or 2 before Black Labor Week. And the fact I was ready to give it up there. You know what I'm saying? That was in 15, ready to give it up. But she would not let me give it up. She wouldn't. And I never thought about that. You know what I'm saying? So like, way afterwards. I never thought about it. Like, why she ain't let me focus on her? She focused on us all this, you know what I'm saying? So that was the first year though. And the crazy part about it is, that was the first year we got people to come in from my international to it, you know what I'm saying? Like we didn't have a big crowd, but we had some traction, you know what I'm saying? So the second year was, I came back from Pittsburgh in 19. I was living out there for like 6 months to put on that conference. So I came back in 2020 and I just knew, like, man, I ain't put enough energy in the Black Labor Week and it's gonna probably, we're gonna have low numbers. So 2020 ended up being one of our best years at that time. So actually, it was our best year at that time.
What was so special about 2020?
That, I don't know. Like,
what was going on in 20? Was that like?
That's right before COVID.
Right before, okay, yeah.
Right before
COVID. So money, okay.
I mean, and I'm just being completely honest. Like, I didn't know there was gonna have this many people to show up. You know what I'm saying? So 2020 happened, then 2021 came. Half of what we had 2020.
Well, that was COVID.
That was COVID.
So yeah, so that was kind of acceptable though, right? I mean,
no, not really, man, because I wouldn't accept it. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't accept it, and I looked at it as if, damn, maybe it's a change of, you know what I'm saying?
So you didn't think COVID had played a factor in it, or no?
I don't know if I, got, saying cocky without knowing I was getting cocky. Okay. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't think that, I had to face the reality once we got it. So when 22 came, so mind you, like, we don't have, like, at that time, we didn't have a registration. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have an online registration or anything like that. So it was like, I'm going by people calling and they'll be here and all that. Then I go look at the hotel reservations and everything. So 21 hit and I'm like, well, we had a good run. You know what I'm saying? I said, but I ain't giving up on it. We just got to figure something else out now. 22 came, and when 22 came, that was one of our biggest years. And was like, you know what I'm saying, that what I couldn't believe. And then 23 came, and that was even bigger than 22. So that's what I know.
So this past year was
24 was our down year. Yeah, 24 was our down year. Only because, like I said, our base was steelworkers, and we had our International Next Generation Conference 8 days after Black Labor Week.
Okay.
So that took away from this year's Black Labor Week.
Okay. So, but it still was a success. I mean,
as long as we able to be a benefit to the community, it will always be a success. Like I never count the numbers versus what we're trying to do in the community.
Okay. So
we could go to a few schools, we still doing something that's positive. We could help out a few community organizations, we still doing something that's positive.
Because this year you had an event where you had all the mayors, right?
Yeah, it was our very first all black mayors panel.
Okay, and name some. Let's shout out to the black mayors.
Yeah, so state of Indiana got 8 black mayors, 1 Republican black mayor, so 7 Democratic and 1 Republican. That was actually put together through a woman on our committee named Lena, and she's a representative of this organization called Care University. So they brought the idea. From that point, it was like, hey, I think it can happen. Let's make it happen.
Yeah.
And we just worked, hard to make it happen. So with that, big shout out to Eddie Melton.
Shout out to Eddie Milton, Gary, Indiana.
Doing your thing.
Eddie, I need you on the show, man.
Hey, you can probably make that happen, man. You know what I'm saying?
Let's go.
Eddie, big shout out to the mayor Elkhart, the mayor of Marion, Indiana, and the mayor of Michigan City.
So I didn't know Michigan City had a black.
Yeah, they got this a first, not only black but black female mayor.
Wow.
Yeah, so big shout out to her too.
Yeah, shout out to Michigan City, man. Shout out to the Lighthouse Mall. Shout out to that mall, man.
Yeah.
Thank God for that mall.
Yeah.
But that's great, man. That's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, and you know what? The best thing about that panel was that everybody remained humble. You know what I'm saying? Like, humility was represented completely on that panel. Nobody had an ego. They was answering whatever questions came to them. You know what I mean? That even their responses to the questions that was given wasn't like a politician response or a political response. They were literally having just straight up conversation with everybody, man. It was like a comfortable space.
Yeah.
And that was, that when you have a space like that with leadership like that, it actually draws your crowd even more, because now they're looking at like, man, I'm supposed to be here. Yeah. Because I fit in with this. You got a lot of people, man, like who feel they don't fit in with a lot of things. Yeah. Especially when it comes to politics. Even way somebody may dress, like they see somebody in a suit. I ain't supposed to be in that part, you know what I'm saying? Or they see like with the conversation, the narrative, oh no, I ain't supposed to be included in that. Yeah. Or they hear the articulation of the person.
There's too many of one race, too many black people, and I'm the other race, too many white people. Yeah. It's easy to get uncomfortable. Yeah. And that's why you have to have confidence, self-confidence at all times.
Big time. And you gotta have a space that you can actually see others that look just like you in. Yeah. So it's like you're not feeling confident. You feeling this ain't the space for you. But you look in the room, and the only thing you see is you in the room. That in particular, even though I am, like my platform is, heavily black, but that doesn't mean that's the only thing that you're going to actually attach yourself to, somebody black. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You're going to attach yourself to the personalities. You're going to attach yourself to the demographics when it comes to like the way people dress or whatever. Yeah. You're going to attach yourself to the environment in the room. Yeah. Not, just particularly a race.
Yeah. So people are people, man. I mean, it's all about the human race. You look at people like leaders, Martin Luther King, everybody. They were in a black movement, civil rights movement, but they had white people in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all about the human race to me, when it comes to leadership.
But that's true. Malcolm X says something I think a lot of people took it the wrong way, when, especially within the movie, but you look at the context, even some of the interviews, they asked him, some white people asked him, hey, can we help?
What can we do to help? Yeah.
And basically like, no, you know what I'm saying?
Nothing, right, yeah.
But that was taken out of context, because what he's basically saying is like, you can't help us fix us. You know what I'm saying? You can help us fix the system that's actually, like against us, but you can't help us fix us. Wow. So you're saying like, how can I help you fix y'all? You really can't. You know what I'm saying? And cause even when it comes to Black Labor Week, man, we got all races involved.
Yeah, you definitely have that, yeah.
And they see the message. What I had to make sure that we stuck to was our structure, you know what I'm saying? And our structure is the black community. I don't want anybody, confusing that. It's not saying that, like white folks can come in and, help out, because we got so many of them, it comes out. Hell, we got a white lady on our committee, you know what I'm saying? So it's not saying that. What it's saying is like, we're not going to let you dilute or water down our substance. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to let that happen.
Transform your financial future with creating innovative new opportunities and solutions. CINOs. Specializing in credit repair, we're your ally in enhancing your credit profile and unlocking new possibilities. At CINOs, we understand the intricacies of credit scores and offer expert guidance to rebuild and improve yours. Our dedicated team provides personalized strategies, helping you navigate and overcome credit challenges. Beyond credit repair, we offer business funding, trade line services, LLC setup, and more. But it all starts with a solid credit foundation. Take the first step towards financial empowerment with CINOs. Contact us today and start your journey to a better credit score.
Because once we do that, the next everything that was built and structured right here around and in the black community eventually end up coming out. And that whole structure is put somewhere else that's already benefiting from the resources that we don't get. So it's like, why, you know what I'm saying, am I going to actually alter that or put that in jeopardy? Like, keep it exactly where it's at.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but letting people know exactly what they're getting themselves involved in. If they know what they're getting involved in, then, you know what I'm saying, like, they're making a choice.
Right.
If they want to get involved in it. That we don't hide it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but we also make sure that nobody's felt uncomfortable.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, make sure that
it's definitely a good environment. I mean, everybody is just, you know, because when you talk about union, this is ultimately still a union thing too.
Yeah.
So you got everybody in the union. It's a melting pot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you're not just, you're doing it for black, to highlight black, you know, black African Americans, but it's still a union. It's still union oriented.
Well,
right?
that's the whole purpose to put. So the thing is, like, our kids, man, a lot of our students, they have no idea what the trades are. They don't know. They have no idea. A lot of them don't have no idea. You know what I'm saying? Like, the in depth how many trades are even out there.
Yeah.
So they know about electrician, they know about a carpenter, they know about a plumber. Those are three major things is you actually have to have within your house.
Yeah.
But they don't know about sheet metal workers.
Yeah.
Boiler makers.
I was in bricklayer tuck point.
Bricklayers.
That's what I used to do. Yeah.
A lot of these they don't know about.
And I'm gonna be honest. Before I did not know what a tuck pointer was.
See,
I did not know. But that industry is full of, you know, white people. Mostly.
Yeah.
You know, it was very few blacks in that industry.
Yeah.
And, you know, restoration and bricklaying and tuck, all that type of stuff. You know, and so I was shocked when I got involved in it and making great money, you know, at the time.
That's what my whole thing is, like, you know what I mean? It's create exposure. Like, it's no reason, and that's the reason why the trades are so lopsided right now. It's no reason why young black kids, men and women, you know what I'm saying, don't have exposure to these trades.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta think about it, you know, so for years you were still right here in Gary, man. But it was predominantly white in there. How is that?
How
really?
is that?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's another thing, the reason why, you know what I'm saying, Black Labor Week, it is what it is. Like, we try to give, and we try to give them exposure. Like, within the steelworkers, one of our largest sectors was the paper sector. A lot of people didn't even know that. Being a steelworker, first thing they thought about was, oh, the largest sector within steelworkers is steel, because we're the steelworkers. No, it's paper. Now we have a surge in industry now, which would be the healthcare industry. So, I mean, because now every international union have mergers. You know what I'm saying? Not just mergers, but they have where it's like we're all trying to organize now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The density of unions ain't like it used to be back in, you know what I'm saying, in the in Argo days and all that. It's not like it used to be. So, you know what I'm saying, now it's like, if I trust you enough and you're an auto worker and I work in the steel plant, I'm coming to you, hey man, I'm trying to just get our union over here.
Right.
You're not going to say no. You're going to say, hey, let me see how to organize you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's really what it is right now, man, because it's like, it's not really thirsting. It's thirsting, but not really thirsting. And I say,
So what is the state of the union right now? Look, what is?
Oh, it's on the come up now.
It's on the come up.
It's on the come up.
Okay.
they already said, like, you know what I mean, the numbers are putting out there saying that you're going to have more people of color, specifically black, that's going to be organized for the next 5 to 10 years. The reason being because we have way more action in the South than we ever had. You know what I'm saying? Well, I ain't gonna say that we ever had, that we had in the last few decades probably.
Okay.
So, being that you got so much action, you know, the word was that you couldn't organize the South. But now we getting major wins in the South. We just organized a Volkswagen plant down in, I forgot where that plant was at. But I want to say South Carolina, something like that. But that's in the South. You know what I'm saying? And not like a close win. It was convincingly win. You know what I'm saying? So, out there in Macon, Georgia, you know what I'm saying? Big up to my man Alex. And my man Rio, you know what I'm saying, who actually lost his job doing this organizing campaign. But we ended up organizing 2 big plants down there in Macon, Georgia, which was CONVO Tire and Bluebird Bus Company. So, I mean,
shout out to CONVO, them some good ties too.
Yeah.
I like CONVO.
You know what I'm saying? So those still workers now.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
So, I
definitely.
mean, like, and what people got to understand is, like, a lot of people look at it and say, well, unions, you know what I'm saying, like, only reason why people want to actually become union to get more money. That's false. That's very false. Most of the time, man, like, a lot of companies are already paying their workers a decent wage, you know what I'm saying? A livable wage, but they're lacking on health care. Or they're lacking on, they ain't have no pension plans or no 401k system, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or like when it comes to implant, you know what I'm saying, injustices. Like, you know what I'm saying, you got workers getting harassed on a regular basis.
Yeah.
You got, you know what I'm saying, management actually threatening you just for coming through the door. That you might not have a job tomorrow because you're not organized. So it's like, a lot of people think it's just about the pay. It's not.
And I'm gonna say this because, you know, I still work, again, shout out to Ford Motor Company and shout out to the union. But if you're an employee, and I feel that if you're not taking advantage of those benefits, you losing. If you're not taking advantage of the healthcare, even the therapy, you know, the mental health, you know what I'm saying? Like, I go to therapy, I got a therapist paid through my company. You know, my daughters, you know, gets you know, services. You know, I get services. I'm making sure I'm healthy. So when you add that onto your salary, you probably add in another $25,000 in benefits, your 401k, my TESP, my save, you know what I'm saying? So matching things like that. So it definitely makes sense to have that union to fight for those additional benefits that employees can use.
Even now, you got free college.
I'm going to school, college reimbursement. I'm going to media school.
So, like,
all of that.
There, you got some plants got some locals got within a got college reimbursement. Like, we got college reimbursement.
Yeah.
But you also got literally free college, where East Gateway University. You know what I'm saying? Where your whole, I think you get associates from them, straight free, no reimbursement, nothing. Straight free, and then leave there, you get your bachelor from Central State University. That's an HBCU out of Ohio. That's totally free. Central State used to be $4,500 a year just to be part of that program within the unions. But now they did something where they figured it out to actually create a bigger benefit to make it free. So now you get your whole bachelor's. You know what I'm saying? The only thing to it is, like, it's just not as broad as this. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't.
But it's free and it's a stepping stone. I mean,
you just can't go there and be a doctor.
Yeah.
But you're going to get your stepping stone, like that.
Yeah.
Stepping stone to become something.
Exactly.
I mean, you can still, you know what I'm saying, put yourself in a position to even excel yourself. So it's a whole lot of benefits.
I think that's what we're losing right now as a community. We're not taking advantage of higher education and investing in ourselves. I think that. I mean, I just, as a whole.
I will say this.
I think we're depending too much on the unions and things like that, and not taking a lot of responsibility.
No, I'm gonna say this. Like, when it comes to things like this, when it comes to our community and education, for one, especially within our community, it's hard. because you still trying to get the attention of young folks who ain't really got education on their mind. Then you incorporate the lack of resources, you incorporate the lack of studies. You know what I'm saying? We're losing. So it's like that's when the other exposure needs to come into place when it comes to trades. When it comes to something that you already have a talent for.
Yeah.
You got a lot of kids back in the days, like their uncles, their fathers, used to actually have in the garage fixing on cars. The Career Center used to have a program, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Center,
About
yeah.
fixing on cars. We don't have that anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah, you don't really hear a lot about mechanics anymore, right? You know.
But that's one of the main things, like opening up to the trades, like, you know what I mean? Like, so with the trades, if our students get exposure to the trades within the schools, you don't have to worry about, you know what I'm saying, paying. You got to worry about receiving now. Not just education, but you're getting paid through an apprenticeship program. And, you know, you're getting paid each time you actually test to another rate, you get a higher pay until you actually test for the highest rate, which would be a journeyman. And then now you're able to go into the field at the highest rate of that trade.
Right.
So instead of like if some of our kids had the you know what I'm saying, was able to get prepared and equipped with the materials and the resources and the books that they could actually and just that's a teachings period. So like, you know what I mean, it should be something where, say when they go to the Career Center or even in school, they should be able to be educated within one of these trades and what could be an elective. Educated, so by the time they actually finish this class, their final exam is literally the apprenticeship test to get into that trade. You know what I'm saying? If you do that.
So these are programs you trying to put in place, or?
Oh, we trying to like that's a goal and a dream of mine. We almost had it, man. We almost had this. Me and my man Tom Conway Jr. Big shout out. That's my guy. Me and him, like, man, we worked hard. Like he put together, so we brainstormed, trying to figure out what can we do. So we got with Roosevelt. This is when they was actually taken over by the state. And Edison Learning was actually overseeing all the stuff. So they had to report to Edison Learning. So me and my man Tom Conway Jr., you know, we went to have several meetings with Roosevelt, toured the school and everything, and you know he made some connects. Well, we got a couple of people to commit to educating the youth. You know what I'm saying, these students, and what they're going to do, they're going to take a class after school. It's going to be an after school program. It's real, man. Like, you know, so they gave us a whole shop. Even the wood that was in there said, this is all y'all. The machines, the wood, everything. This y'all's. If it's gonna, and I think when Littles was over Roosevelt at that time. So, like, you know what I'm saying, hey, we're gonna give it to y'all. Like, this is y'all's. You know what I'm saying, if it's gonna help our kids, y'all can have it.
Right.
Cool, man. We had our final meeting. Everything went great. Man, we left out smiling, we left out accomplished. We like, man, we couldn't wait to get started. You know what I'm saying? So I get to the union hall. I got like 7 or 8 missed calls from man Tom. So I'm like, damn, he ain't never, you know what I'm saying, blew my phone up like this. Let me call and see what's going on. He's like, EJ, we can't do it. I said, why not? He said, man, because they ran by Edison Learning. I said, okay, so what that means? So Edison Learning is AFT's, American Federation of Teachers, biggest enemy, because they sponsor so many charter schools. And charter schools are against actually having college educated teachers in there.
Oh my goodness.
With that being said, it was like, now we weren't saying we couldn't do it. We was like, well, we try to get them to understand, like, man, what we don't want to do is start a program that potentially could get ripped from up under us. And we was literally ready to start, but it was like, you got to think about it. You went to this program a month. Now you You feel good. Like, you might have even been a troubled student, but now you found your new way.
Yeah.
And I come in and say, look, this is last class, because Edison learning is shutting it down. That crushes you as a kid, and whatever behavior you was on is about to worsen.
Yeah.
Because the fact is, I just killed your dreams. You know what I'm saying?
And it's another broken promise.
Exactly, because they won't see us no more.
Yeah.
So,
or now they think, oh, they just use this for some money, or they, anything could transpire.
and they, like, the school kind of flipped on us a little bit, because bottom line, everything was misunderstood. It was misunderstood because me and Tom was like, we're gonna find another school. We're gonna find just somewhere that we can, like, say this is a hub, and we could still use Roosevelt as the location. So we're trying to work all that out, but I think, you know what I'm saying, they got kind of upset at us because we told them, like, we gotta reduce the things. I mean, and I get it, but everybody acted, like, kind of reacted emotionally.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because they felt, when I say it was like promising.
Yeah, you get to the finish line and they just say, no, game over.
Yeah, and we had to really get them to understand, like, man, look, we can do it. We don't mind. We'll come to your school. We'll do this. But what you going to tell when they find out that we in here, that y'all got unions in your school doing this? How you going to explain that? Because now we're going to have to explain when we got to drop it.
Yeah.
So we'll tell them, like, let us figure out some things. And if we can't get it this year, we'll have someone locked in by next school year. Because it was like the second half of the school year anyway. Yeah. So, like, just give it a chance. We have it locked in, but let us work on this. And I'm not upset at them, because, like I said, everybody was emotional. Everybody saw the big picture. Yeah. But what they looked at was like that we allow the politics of it to create judgment. And we're like, nah, that's not what we're trying to do. We just don't want to create something that we got to rip, not even pull, rip from these kids. Yeah. That's not fair to them to be mixed up in our stuff. Yeah. So,
man, that's wow. That's heavy, man. That's heavy, man. Well, you've been doing a lot of good things, man, and I just wish the best for you, man. And so, 2 questions, and then we're gonna wrap it up. One, what do you see what's the future of the Black Labor Week? Where is this going in the next 5 years?
Nationwide.
Nationwide,
where actually in 26 we already plan on having our weekly our annual convening, our conference. That's already been planned to have it in Atlanta, Georgia. Big ups to Erica Clemens. You know what I'm saying? They're one of my point of contacts down there. And we taking it on the road. On the road, about to be all over the country with it.
So right now it's just in the Indiana, Illinois area.
Well, we also jumped one off over there in Buffalo, New York. Big shout out again to my homegirl, good friend, great friends, Bridget Warman. She came to me one day, asked for permission to start one out there in Buffalo, New York. They did one out there, like, they did 3 years out there, like 3 events, 3 Black Labor Week events out there. And then my man Jeremy Lannon, National Vice President of AFGE, Women Affair Practices, he actually did a virtual one out of hubbing out of DC. So big shout out to him as well. So we was able to, like, we grabbed some movement with it, but now we finally at the point where we are on entity. We are a 501c3 nonprofit. Man, awesome. And, you know, we ready right now, man. It's, you know, big shout out, big shout out before I forget my lady Letitia for actually holding my feet to the fire as well. So,
man, this is exciting, man. Just to see, you know, just to know you, man, see you grow up and just become your own man, and really just, you know, do something that's never been done before. You know, that's amazing, man. So, last and final question. I dedicated this show to the memory of your mom, and you referenced her a lot in this episode. What impact and what did she really mean to you and what you're doing now?
Man, everything. I wouldn't be who I am within the labor movement if it wasn't for her. Everything in life is meant to happen. That actually, me and my lady Letitia, that was the statement for the month of April. It had to happen this way. And the hard conversations, the times I really didn't understand her, when she was holding me accountable before anybody else will hold me accountable. Like, I had to put myself in a position to understand everything that I was involved in. And at the same time, like, she the person who told me, like, don't be a follower. You know what I'm saying? Be your own person. Create your own lane. Like, you know what I'm saying? In this case, create your own movement. Bottom line is like, I'm nothing within this labor movement, one for her. Because she gave me proof already and evidence that it can happen. I was like I was the only one who didn't see it. That's why, like, like a lot of times now when I'm on stage or when I'm anywhere, like, yeah,
Yeah.
it's like, I just wish, like, she was able to see, see exactly. Oh, appreciate you, cause but appreciate, but see exactly what I've become. Like, because like, back in the day I used to give her headaches.
Yes, you did.
A lot of headaches, man. Like, that's sometimes get me out of jail or whatever. But a mother, she always sees something in a child. And, she had plenty of time to try to give, she could have gave up on me, but she didn't. I'm happy that she didn't. And I'm happy she gave me everything that I needed to be in the position I'm in now. So it's like, I'm not a follower, I lead with humility. I stay true to myself. I keep my sense of humor. I do what's right. I try to put myself in a position to learn before I put myself in a position to lead. I look at everything through a separate lens. Everybody else look at it like, because a lot of people is only looking at it through what somebody else told them. I try to look at it through at least 10 different lenses, so I can understand all the angles and the variables that comes with it. It's like, even her mentor, one of her mentors, I got a chance to meet her, and she look at it and like, man, I'm glad you're doing this work, and so it's
Yeah.
I mean, for the most important piece, man, like, I'm happy that I'm making her proud. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy that I'm sustaining her legacy.
Yeah.
And while creating my own.
Yeah.
So I'm happy that she was everything she was to me. I'm happy, so I remember my late Letitia, I told her I wish she could have met her, she would have liked it, and you already know she'd be hard, but You know what I'm saying? She like one of the sweetest people you guys actually meet.
Yeah.
Oh, you make her mad though. That's a whole nother Vanessa. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So nah, man. With everything, you know, that I've done, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm blessed that I had a mother like I had, you know, and that believed in me, and you know, pretty much gave me these crumbs. You know what I'm saying? Without knowing that she was giving me these crumbs for me to pick up and, you know, build something, man. And because she, like I said, when I first created Black Label, it was me and her on the bus. She was the one that literally told me, like, nah, it's another way you can do this. Because I'm about ready to go back there, like, you know, saying go one-on-one with this cat, you know what I'm saying? But she's like, nah, it's another way you can do it. Think about it. Figure it out, you know what I'm saying? But it's another way, like, you know, you doing something to him ain't gonna help nothing. So figure out a way that it will.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for that, I would never have Black Label Week right now.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, with that being said, like, I love you, mommy. You know, love you, you know what I'm saying? Miss you. This is all about you. At the same time, I want to say, you know, big shout out to the whole Black Label Week committee. Man been right there since
Shout out
day
Ephrin
one.
Jenkins.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, one for him, like, even though he was ready to choke me a whole lot of times, or tried to, a whole lot of times we was younger.
I think we always ready to choke you at some point.
I think so. I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
But you know, he stuck with me like through everything I've been through. Especially when it came to the union scene, I couldn't go to any big place or any big conference without him being right there, like as a protector in a way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I don't think he really understands how much that really means to me. But it means a whole lot, you know. And I created a few opportunities for him along the way, you know what I mean? Yeah. So, but him, Deuce in Brooklyn, you know, those two my inspiration, you know what I'm saying? You know, Ty and Kia, give a shout out to them. Steelworkers, give a shout out to them. And you know what I'm saying, like I said, my lady Letitia, gotta give a shout out to her, like, because she's my checks and balance now, you know what I'm saying? Like, she holds me accountable, and a lot of conversations ain't easy. A lot of change ain't easy, but a lot of change is needed, especially when you should be growing more and more every day. So I owe her a lot. My best friend is D. Lade, so Big Rick, Chuck, you know, Vaughn, all y'all, know what I'm saying? Like J-Bone, anybody I missed, like, everybody who played a very, you know what I'm saying, integral part within my life that got me still breathing right now, you know what I'm saying, because I probably should be dead but I appreciate them because they also saw something in me that they didn't want to see go to, you know what I'm saying, perish. So, you know, I'm not gonna say right now, man, it's like Black Label Week, man, we making a statement, you know what I'm saying? This is right here, like, you know, we trying to, like, influence. We're trying to give the, you know, unions a whole different look, you know what I'm saying? Not to say we're trying to change anybody's structure, but we want more people to be involved in it. Yeah. So, like, you know, I got asked one time, like, what will be the one place that you would ask a new person that's entering the union to go to? Most people say union meetings. I told them that would be the last place I asked them to go to. It's something like this, like Black Labor Week, what we got going on. That'd be one of the first things I asked them to go to, because it's you giving you versus you trying to go and actually being part of chaos, or where you're not going to get the answer that you're looking for, or even just leaving confused. This is something you can learn. You can talk to different people around you, just like leaders. Whatever information that you need, you can create, you know what I'm saying, a network of your own. Because this is not, you know, this is not the old guard where it's like the only way somebody gets to talk to you is that they go to me, even if I introduce them to you. You know, a lot of situations used to be like that back in the days where it's like, all right, cool, you got introduced to this person, you know what I'm saying? But you still got to go through me just to talk to this person. I don't believe in that, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's like that. So, you know, the last shout outs, Fred Redmond, Connie Maben, Molly, Scott, Whole New Media, know what I'm saying? All my people within the struggle, know what I'm saying? That's fighting. Black Lives Matter and Gary, you know what I'm saying? RP to Laurel, big ups to my man, he know what I'm talking about too, but big ups to him. Know what I'm saying? Just everybody, know what I'm saying?
Well, man, you know a lot of people, man. So we'll be here another hour, man, shouting out, man.
No, I'm done to shout. I'm done to shout.
So look, man, hey, man, I appreciate you, man. It's been I mean, we could go probably another hour, man, because it's just so much. We're going to have to definitely do this again. Because some of these questions, I didn't even get a chance to ask you a lot of questions, man. So, but I definitely think this has been informative. You know, I've learned a lot. So hopefully, you know, the viewers have learned a lot, learned more about Labor Week. We're going to put that information, you know, in the comments. And, you know, man, much continued success to you, man, cuz. I love you, man.
Like too, cuzzo. And you know what, man? We're going to probably do like talk to you. Just have you a spot within Black Labor Week, you know what I'm saying? And we got a lot of people that come into town and a lot of leadership. And that way, you know what I'm saying, you can maybe interview a few more union cast within upper leadership, you know what I'm saying?
That'll be dope, man. That'll be dope. You already took care of me last year, you know, this year with the panel, you know, and I appreciate that, man. So that's why I had to, you know, get you back on here so you could talk about it, talk about the future, and of course talk about your past, man. So, you know, now everybody knows, you know, a little bit more about Ephrin E.J. Jenkins. So, yo, look, you've been tuned in to another fire episode of Convo with CINO. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time. We out.
Peace.